I mean, a few inaccuracies on a couple balls, but other than that, I thought it went pretty well.
Do you have a feeling of which one maybe went better for you? Into your hair today?
They're completely different. We ran a lot more routes today, so I thought it was.
This whole process, how do you feel? How important is what you do out there on this field? Do you feel like compared to the 2 years on the field that you?
That's. I mean, it's really, for the scouts and all, for all that. How they look at it, or how they use it, or to determine back up the film, or maybe somebody didn't see. I don't know, but it's something we got to do. So.
It seems like these are more about showing the arm, mixing things up versus the kind of film that you have from the last couple of years. Is that what the emphasis is?
Well, I'd say it's probably, on the field there's so much going on, other stuff. Here it's routes on air. How does the ball look coming out of his hand? Anticipation, different kind of routes. It's strictly physical. Besides avoiding the rush and all that stuff. But
what do you feel like the teams have been asking? What do you feel like they really want to kind of find out about you really all through the?
They ask a lot of different questions, but I think more than anything, it's how you answer it. Because usually they know anything that you're about to tell them. And so it's do you tell truth? Are you honest? Are you upfront? Do you try to hide anything? Who are you? Just little things like that.
Sted, I noticed you did your training with QB Country. What were some things that you guys worked on in the lead up to this?
Footwork, routes. Because I don't know how to do all this stuff. Getting it set up. They help with the script, set up the script. Help with the wideouts. Make sure everybody knows what to do while we're out here. Because it's really just. It's a lot of different moving pieces. I know it's just me throwing and then catching, but it's a lot of moving pieces with the managers and getting balls and making sure everybody has the right routes. So just, I guess, basically just orchestrating them.
Was that a typical script? It seemed pretty long.
I don't know. We looked at a few that they had done in the past that had around 50-some throws. I think we had 54, 55.
What do you feel like the biggest adjustment will be from college to the NFL?
Everybody move that way 5 yards. About to get bombed.
CJ Potts.
He's like protecting.
There's a quarterback sneak for you.
Literally.
Sorry, what was the question?
Just what do you think the biggest jump for you will be from college to the pros and what you're trying to work on in conference?
It's better football. You got to play clean. It'll be a new playbook, so that'll probably be the biggest thing. Just right off the bat, learn a new playbook, new verbiage, and then just the physical. It's it's a man's league. Being able to avoid tackles, throw on time, accuracy.
Have you met with any teams multiple times yet, and kind of are you getting a feel maybe on anyone that wants to draft you yet?
No, not really. They're playing a game too because they don't want anybody to know who they want or anything like that. So I try not to read into it because they might not actually be interested in me if they've taught me a lot, or might actually be interested in me if they hadn't taught me at all. So I let them take care of that, and all it takes is one. So.
Sted, what did you want to show scouts and teams about yourself through this process more than anything that they can see on tape?
I tried to just go and do what I did on tape. I always thought I had strong arm, accurate, could move. So really just wanted to go, do what we did every day in practice. Just want to be consistent. That's why I'm a little upset that we missed a few today. But it is what it is. But yeah, just arm strength, accuracy, anticipation, timing, and stuff like that.
What did Georgia taught you about in the classroom, on the field, that you have taken through this process?
Just that every little moment matters. When we were practicing, on a Monday against Sanford or somebody like that, intense, like practice hard. Everything matters. Every rep matters. Flip a coin. Next throw. So just consistency and every rep, every interaction is a job interview. So.
Where do you believe you should go in the draft? Where do you believe you should be drafted?
What would you say about the journey, Stetson? I mean, everyone's followed your journey closely from the underdog to JUCO to back here to championship. Is it kind of starting over in that sense that, you know, maybe not viewed as the first round guy, maybe viewed as a backup coming in having to prove again?
I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, but at the end of the day, when you boil it down, I mean, it's just who's the best football player, right? I mean, I know like people get caught up in this combine stuff, but football starts in August, right? Like, that's when we play football, and so I mean, it's proven every day that you can be consistent, so the coaches can trust you, and then it's just being good enough to play whenever it comes.
Were you pleased with what you did in Indy?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I thought I could have ran a little faster, but the week's tough. I also showed up and everybody's wearing 40 cleats, and I was like, I only got one pair, you know, and shouldn't have wore tights and, you know, wore a few layers of socks. It was dumb. I want to be comfortable throwing and wasn't really thinking about the running, but, you know, it is what it is.
Hey, Stetson, what did you sense from Jalen Carter just in terms of his psyche going through, you know, how things have transpired over the past few weeks?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Jalen's a rock. He knows who he is. We all know who he is. We know what comes with the territory of, you know, where we are now and things that are, you know, going to be out and, you know, situations to put ourselves in and how to be responsible and, you know, be a grown man is our job now. And so I think he understands that. I think this is a good place.
Have you found that any teams have asked you about Jalen? Overall, just how would you describe him as a teammate?
Yeah, I mean, teams want to know, you know, they want to get information, you know, on people, but they've got their own guys doing that. And what was the second part?
You describe him as a teammate, just overall.
I mean, doesn't talk much, comes in, does his job, knows that he's the best one on the field, but still does things the right ways in the right gap so the backers can fit. Doesn't mind defending the run. Obviously can get after the quarterback. He's sudden. He's strong in his suddenness. He's, you know, twitchy, does the right footwork. I mean, if you look at him, he's always in a power position. That's why he blows people off the line. But, you know, I think he's a special player.
Stetson, what can you tell us about the quarterbacks? You're going to be passing the torch off. We don't know who the next guy up is. Can you give us a little insight to each guy, maybe some things of characteristics about him we should look for?
Yeah, I mean, I think all three are really good ball players. They all have their strengths. And I think you don't really know what those strengths are until they're thrown into the fire. But, I think the way that it's run here, the way the program is, by the time that football comes around, we'll have, you know, whoever's supposed to be the starter is going to be the starter, and they'll be, you know, well battled and ready to go.
Going back to the conversations that you've had with NFL teams over the last, you know, couple months or whatever, how do you feel like they've gone personally?
I feel like they've gone well. You know, I try to be myself. There's nothing to hide from. You know, be consistent in it. And when I feel like, when you do that, I mean, I feel like there's no like anxiousness or anything like that. Like that's what it is. That's what happened. That's who I am. And like, you know, let's go play football.
Why
you talk
could you
about the
be a
transition?
successful quarterback in the NFL?
I don't know how to answer that. I can throw it well. I can run. You know, I'm pretty smart. We'll see.
When you talk about a transition to the NFL, how much of an advantage do you think you have coming from a pro-style NFL coordinated offense?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is an extreme advantage just knowing, because you don't know what you don't know, right? I mean, that's at the basis of anything. And so working with it for 3 years, terminology, protections, you know, routes, changing plays, run plays, what works, what doesn't, how to save us in a bad situation, all those things. I think it's really.
Thank you, Stetson.
Yep.
Thanks,
Thanks guys.
Appreciate your time.